Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Panda here, and I have a really itchy nutsack right now. Just gonna... Oh, here we go. Right. Don't worry, kids, it's not herpes. Don't know why I'm telling the kids not to worry that I don't have herpes. That just makes me sound like a pedophile, and okay, I'm just digging myself a hole. Alright, start again. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Panda here. I no longer have an itchy nutsack. And it's not herpes. Or crabs. Okay, digging myself a hole again. Yeah. Oh, one other thing. I just realized what I'm gonna put in the start of this video. Did you like it? Did you like it? Tell me you liked it. You loved it, didn't you? You hated it? You hate it. You think it's the worst ever. Wait, hang on. Wait. What was that? So, what was that? No, you in the back. No, behind her. Yeah, you. What did you say? You said you liked it. You loved it. You say fuck all the other people that say they hate it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, he loves it. He loves it. Hey guys, he loved it. So, all your opinions, all the ones that say you hated it, go fuck yourselves. Because the guy at the back there, he's the most important one. Because clearly he had the louder voice than all of you. He was able to be heard from afar that he loved it. So, and if you couldn't tell by now, I'm talking about the intro I made just last night? No, the night before. Because for you, well, for you it would be last night, but for me it was the night before. But anyway, my god, I've talked for too long. Like I said, Ratchet, asshole, yeah, you know who you are, asked me to do, well, actually, he didn't even ask me, he just said, do an hour-long episode. And me being so fucking submissive, I said, sure, why the hell not? No, I decided, well, I'm pretty sure we're not actually too far away from the end anyway, so I would say that we probably only have about an hour left anyway, or at least maybe an hour and a half or something, I don't know. So I thought, sure, why the hell not? Let's do another hour episode. So let's get into it. And remember, you have to take this job seriously. Too many people think you can just slack off, and that isn't important. And that it isn't important. That is a dangerous way of thinking. Definitely, you can take it too seriously. If you aren't always thinking big, thinking positive, and if you show any signs of weakness, people will start to think you're incompetent, you know? And soon, you won't be able to do anything because your power is going to be delegated off to others piece by piece, and you'll be left with nothing. That's what happened last time. So, remember, it may seem like an easy job, but a lot of carnage can happen in this room. And out of it, dealing with school staffs too. Even trying to get a budget report from a class rep can be a fight to the death sometimes. I just realised I'm really hungry. I didn't have lunch. Well, I had some lunch. We have a petrol station just across the road from where I work, and I went over there to grab some food, and little did I know I was completely poor. I had about $3, so I bought a tin of Pringles, you know, the little ones, you're not even the big packet, like just the little tin. I'm so fucking poor. It's not payday. Shut up. Anyway, I went to buy that for lunch, and yeah, that's all I've had so far. So I did actually, when I came back across the road to where I work, I saw this little, you know, those little caravan looking like stall sort of things that people just park up beside beaches and stuff that sell hot food, like hot chips and hot dogs and stuff like that. You know, they had one of those like just across from where I work, and I really wanted to get some food because this one said Japanese food, and then on the front it said sushi, and I was like, ooh, yum. And subsequently it was run by a white guy, which I think is slightly culturally incorrect. However, so I don't know whether it would have been any good or not, being run by a white guy instead of a Japanese guy. I don't know why I'm telling you this. I thought maybe I could somehow tie it in or segue it into the fact that Katawa Shoujo is a Japanese game. I don't know. don't know. Or is it Japanese? Maybe it's Chinese. Shit, I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. No, it's definitely Japanese. Okay. Sounds like I'm on crack or something. Yeah, it's kill or be killed. There are no friends in the pits, and you take no prisoners. Are you sure about this? Is this right? You don't seem excited enough. I have to make sure it's getting through properly. Once more, with feeling. Oh, whoa, who are these? Oh my god, whoa. Wait, hang on, these girls look a little too young, to be honest. They look about either 15 or 16, so I'll back away slowly before Pedo Bear comes in and just breathe. Although, here in New Zealand, 16 is the legal age of consent, so if there's grass on the wicket, play cricket. Old enough to bleed, old enough to breed. Okay. Shizune twists her hands like a maestro for emphasis, visibly intimidating the two girls standing at attention in front of us. To think all this all started because one of them asked if she wasn't taking her job too seriously. Do you understand? You understand? Pretend I'm shouting it. Okay, the student council is so weird. Wait, hang on, what was her name? Aoi? Fuck. I'm gonna call her fuck. No, can't. Shit, I don't know. Kaiko? I like Kaiko. Yes, sir. Sir? Who are you guys talking to anyway? It's not weird, you have to think of it as a job. If you want, think of it like they are paying you with the right to use the Greek office. You want another lecture? No. You can go now. Just like that, the hour-long student council orientation is over. They were kinda cute, even though they looked pretty young. Or at least the one on the right I liked. I'm gonna stop talking now. Personally, I thought it was about 50 minutes too long, and also found it funny that it incorporated a tour of a school that we have all been going to for a while, but I guess it didn't hurt. I expect Shizune to fall back into her chair since she has been on edge all day, but she doesn't. She continues pacing the room restlessly. Going back to the whole having a tour of the entire school thing, it wouldn't be too bad, considering when I was in, your guys' high school, we call it college here, but high school. When I was in high school, there were quite a few places in the school I had never actually really visited because, well, my classes didn't really take me there and I had no other reason to actually go there. So I suppose, you know, if you're going to take a student council job, then you need to know your place, you know around the place. You know around the place? Your way around the place. Jesus. Oh god, the dyslexia is already starting to kick in, and how far are we in? We're only in 8 minutes. Oh god. Whew. May they have mercy on us. Take a sip. I already read that. I always do that. They still have a long way to go. Right now, they're a joke. Well, that's nice. Yeah. What? They think they can be the new student council? They're so unfocused. You can really see the lack of experience. This was our best year yet. I don't think they have what it takes to be our follow-up act. To be honest, they're probably the only people that have actually registered for it. And I know there are more of them than those two girls. Where are they? They're like the heavily marketed but mediocre big budget critically panned sequel to the acclaimed low budget sleeper hit. Whoa. Okay. Eventually, she does stop and sit down. About 3 hours later. Are you going to miss it? Obviously. Well, he said that out loud instead of, he's getting Misha to interpret. I'd be happier if I didn't have to leave too. I like being in the student council, even if it can be tiring too. Yeah, it's definitely tiring. Only because Chan is always trying to do more than she has to. If we forgetting that if I did the bare minimum, we wouldn't do anything all year except hand out flyers, collect surveys, and plan the next student council election so the next student council could sit around for another year of doing nothing. I didn't take a breath in the middle there. Asking me to let that happen? Don't be ridiculous. That sounds like something Jigoro would say. Asking me to let that happen? Don't be ridiculous. You incompetent folk. In a student council like that, there wouldn't even be any power to play around with. I'm just happy that even though I clearly need to ride them harder, well, maybe you can do that with me. Those two aren't bad. Not there yet, but the new student council should be in good hands. Ride me harder. How can you tell? Oh, whoops, I read that in slightly a Misha/Hisao voice. After the festival, they asked me if we could organise a Halloween event, like a haunted house or something along those lines. They had a bunch of other ideas as well. Ooh, so they have their ideas. Of course my response was no. I had Misha tell them to do it themselves if they wanted it so badly. They were angry for some reason. I wonder why. Maybe because they weren't the fucking student council and you were. The idea of a student council is that the students can go to the council, give ideas, and hopefully, normally, get a positive response. But no, with Shizune, it's just fuck off each and every time. Ah! Of course they'd be angry if you said that. And Misha delivering the message wouldn't help. I was angry too. All of a sudden, they want so much. If they wanted a haunted house or a traditional style cafe, or a trip to the beach, or whatever other cliche thing, why didn't they try to organise it before? It was like they were taking advantage of me. Did you not just listen to a word I just said, Shizune? God. I worked hard to organise those festivals, and in return they came to me with, that was nice, but can you do this now? How about you doing this? It's really what I want. Shichan was wrong though. Right, they wanted to join the student council so that they can make it happen. I made them feel jealous and riled them up. That can be a kind of motivation too. The desire to do something great not even tired, why did I just yawn? The desire to do something great spreads, even if it's to show me up. They decided to take me up on the challenge nonetheless. You and your challenges, you must have loved that. I'm impressed. Well, for now. I would have to see how it plays out for a little longer in order to know for sure. That snap of Shizune's fingers. She snaps her fingers suddenly, which sends Misha almost bolting out of her seat. Interesting. I guess it's impossible to get used to. That's right. We were going to have a party to celebrate passing the reins to the new student council, weren't we? Wait, I thought you hadn't decided on them yet. Why not have that now? Or at least plan it out. And have it tomorrow. Oh shit. It's kind of like you need to yawn, but it's not allowing you to do the full yawn, so you've got like these sort of small to mid-sized yawns that are just sort of periodically coming out until that full one big yawn. Here's another one coming. How's that? I think that was the real one. That's what I was trying to say. But they're not even in charge yet. That's what I said. In fact, that's the first thing you told them. You're not in charge yet. It seems premature. Just like what happened with me and Shizune back at her place in the guest room. Hisao was a little bit premature. Dot dot dot. It's been quite a while since we've had a dot dot dot. Misha, what do you think? I agree, it's too early. Plus, I don't think I could go anyway, sorry. In fact, I was going to leave right now. Why? Why not? No comment. Ooh, she's planning something. Misha's up to no good. Come on, tell me. Well, okay, oh god. She gives it easy. Man. Way to not crack under pressure, Misha. I thought about it, and even if I didn't want to go, I would say yes. Usually, it's the kind of person I am. I really should stop doing that, and this is a good place to start, I think. If that works with sexual favours with Misha. Something to ponder on. Sleep on it. If it's a celebration to say goodbye, I don't want it. It would be too sad. I don't want to do something else instead. I want to do something else instead. And after all, Hichan, you and Shichan will still be here tomorrow. It doesn't seem right. Besides, I have other school things I have to do today. I can't drop them just like that. We can postpone it. No early goodbyes. She looks very firm as she says this. Are you going to go now though? That's right. Wahaha. See you later. Okay, besides now, no too early goodbyes, okay? I get it. Okay, later. Why was yours so much? Fuck. Sorry. Snap out of it, Andrew. Oh, it's nighttime. We're still in the office. We gon' get it on. It's gone all on. With that, it's just Shizune and I left alone in the student council room. It's the bit of the next music is no? Oh, it's just pleasant music, damn it. Sunset slowly changes to night as we sit in silence, both searching for some hormones to get it on. Or something to say. Would it really be that bad? Yeah, I didn't think about it like that, but Mish is right. Parties set a mood, and it would be a sad one. A sad party doesn't sound like a whole lot of fun. No, parties are usually supposed to be fun. I think I'll have to agree with you on that. Why would it be sad? Is it a trick question? I'm not sure of it. Shizune's eyes pierce into mine, waiting for my answer with a detached, analytical stare that I haven't seen in a while, but feels familiar anyway. I consider my answer carefully as I try and swallow another yawn before it comes out again and ruins my statement, but also what it means for her to ask me. It could be that Shizune finds it depressing as well, or it could be that she doesn't understand why anyone would find it depressing. Both are equally plausible with her. Sure. I had a thought that when you graduate, that's it. It's going to be the end of the student council. I was wondering if you had the same idea. Don't be stupid. I look forward to it. I won't be a student anymore, so the expectations are going to be completely different. People's expectations of me and my expectations of about everything else. It seems exciting. As for the student council, it should be in good enough hands. I don't have anything to be sad about. I don't think you're being honest. You looked upset about having to give the student council up not even a few weeks ago. It wasn't about leaving it to a bunch of newbies either. Bunch of noobs, eh? It was having to stop doing student council work at all. Unexpectedly, Shizune smiles. So, you're not disagreeing. Then it doesn't make sense. Why would you want to have a party about it? I'm trying to get over it. Besides, goodbye celebrations are very important. People say the fuck me! I first did the most crucial, but following it through and smiling cleanly are just as important, right? As I spit all over my computer. That's disgusting. I guess that is true. Anyway, I don't consider it goodbye, but it's still an event. You still have to go through the proper motions. Aren't you going to? Wait, what? Aren't you going to? Aren't I going to what? Yeah, that's what... Kiss me, of course. Oh, well, that sounds just like some sort of fucking scene out of the Titanic or the Notebook or some shit. Some really cheesy chick flick. God. Is that the proper motions? It would be normal, wouldn't it? The natural thing to do. Oh, we could probably do some more natural things after that if you wanted. If you were in the naturally feeling mood. It's time to act decisively. If I don't, I'm sure my heart will explode. Kablamo! I kiss her immediately, so quickly that I don't even have time to enjoy it. Even though she was prepared for it, Shizune blushes a deep red. I feel a similar heat rising in my neck and cheeks. Oh, here goes. Oh, are we going to get it up? Oh, hell! I move in for another kiss, but as I do so, she moves backwards at the same time, and impishly jumps onto the cabinet behind her. Alone in the total silence of the room, we just look at each other for a while. Oh, hell! Shit's gon' get on. This time, I kiss her more deeply. Her lips are light and dry, and open a tiny bit. I'm only able to appreciate the sensation for a moment before Shizune starts kissing me back forcefully. Her bangs brush against my closed eyelids, and I let myself sink deeper into the kiss. I can feel the shape of her body through her clothes, which only makes me hold Shizune tighter. It takes some effort for the both of us to draw back from each other. We're both blushing from the kiss and thoughts of what's to come. There we go. And I'm far from only one breathing a little heavier. Yep. Looks like the black screen is really going to have to come into play with Shizune's farm. I didn't think it would, but no, it's definitely coming. Like, I think this is going to be the one. As Shizune begins to take off my tie, I start undoing her blouse. Oh yeah! It takes a while to figure it out. I'd never really thought about how our school's blouses work before. Just wait till you get to the bra, man. It's fucking complicated. Shizune's blouse is a little tight on her, which is just even the more sexy. And her arms get stuck for a moment because of it. I find myself peeling it off her, although with the way she's trying to wriggle out of it at the same time, it isn't easy. The sight is a little comical. Oh yeah! Right, nothing fancy, just a normal black bra and panties. Actually, I kind of expected that from you, Shizune. Once Shizune's arms are free, she slides out of her shirt, her skirt falling around her knees with it after she unhitches it and works it off her legs. The only thing covering her now are her bra and panties. Her figure is curvaceous and taut, and the healthy colour of her skin contrasts with the black of her underwear. It's a wonderful sight, especially against the background of the moonlight through the window. She looks at my chest and works the buttons of my shirt one by one. Oh, she hasn't seen my chest yet, has she? She didn't take my shirt off the last time we, got it on, did she? I really can't remember. Ooh, this is going to be awkward. She's going to get there and be like, you've got a big, you've kind of got a big scar on your chest. That's the one thing I hate about guys. Yeah, this isn't gonna work. I'm sorry. The process is greatly slowed by my hands moving up and down her thighs. It's a little amusing to play with her like this. No, she doesn't care, okay. Finally, my shirt falls to the ground. Shizune surprises me by quickly pulling me in for a deep kiss without warning, but I quickly return the gesture. Why are you bolder today than on the roof? Or in your room? I try to think of a good answer, but it isn't easy. How would I be able to respond to that even if I could? There is no way, unless I were to say that bureaucracy really puts me in the mood. Political humour, I like it. My shirt having been disposed of, Shizune moves onto my belt, and I decide to help her undo it instead of answering her question. I don't think it would do much good at this point. What happened there? It's not hard to get off. What are we talking about here? Are we talking about getting off the cabinet, or are we talking about getting off in a different sense? Because certainly in this kind of situation, it could be either or. And falls to the ground with a metallic clunk. Oh, we're talking about the belt. Right. I move in for another kiss and begin to slide my hand up her side, but she suddenly lurches forwards, making me stumble backwards. The stiff edge of the table behind me was the furthest thing from my mind, until I feel it stabbing into my lower back. I hadn't even noticed it was there. It makes me grab Shizune a little tighter as we fall back onto the surface of the table. Oh shit! I wasn't expecting that. Jesus. Shizune, my god, you have bigger than I'd expected. I hold back a sigh as Shizune victoriously holds herself above me. She's won again. You know what, I think I'll let her take this victory. I'm distracted until Shizune's bra falls on me, seemingly like it dropped out of the sky. I end up laughing despite how hard I try not to, and it's contagious enough that Shizune starts to as well. Freed from her bra, her breasts are larger than I'd thought. Yeah, there you go, see, he knows. Oh god. Where are we? Oh, I'm trying to see. Right. Even though they are noticeably large through her shirt already, to be honest, through her shirt, I didn't really think they were that big. I thought lilies were bigger. Okay, anyway. She picks up her bra with her fingers and flicks it off as my hands move over her body. Straddling me with her knees on the table, Shizune slips her underwear off with my hands moving from her hips unconsciously to help her. I catch a glimpse of my watch. It's only been a few minutes, but it felt like so much longer. Here we go. The next click is a goodie. I can tell. Let me just take a drink. Right. I think I'm ready. Okay. Oh, it wasn't even the next click. God damn. She eases herself downwards closer and closer until our bare chests are touching. Her breast feeling strange against the scar over my heart. I'm seriously, trying to figure out if she had seen my scar before or not. I mean, obviously she's seen my pills, but I can't actually remember talking about the scar with her or the pills, why I had the pills or anything. Huh. Nope. Oh, wow. Wow. That's quite a sight, I have to say. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about if you've played this before. When Shizune sits up, I feel myself slipping inside, slowly enveloped by her below as her breasts lift away from my torso. An attack from two fronts. I think dryly, considering the situation. How like her. Jesus. I should just stop now and leave you stewing in your lust. Oh, how dare you. Well, that's quite the seductive look you have on your face there, Shizune. She says as she starts grinding herself against me, causing me to blink at the sudden pleasure. Very funny, Shizune. I soon lose track of my thoughts. Shizune bites her lip to muffle her voice from coming out. An unwanted voice. This is the most I've heard of it, and she blushes once she realises she let it slip out. To cover it up, Shizune drives herself against me harder, causing me to jolt against her, driving my, deeper into her. I thrust my hips towards her at the sudden sensation of movement, and Shizune fights against me, trying to pin me back down when I manage to pull my arms out from under me. I can now see, Ratchet, why you wanted me to do an hour-long episode. You knew where I was up to in the episodes, didn't you? In that moment, her hips thrust back with even greater force in response. The sound of Shizune's soft, restrained moans and the slide of her bountiful breasts moving up and down each time her hips buckle against mine grow more arousing with the time and the stillness of the student council room. I can't do Shizune's bones. That's... Oh god. I almost can't take it anymore. The pleasurable sensations welling up between my legs, multiplied by the pressure of Shizune's weight on top of me, make it hard for me to think, hey, at least she's doing all the work. My hips start bucking by themselves. I have to say, you've got yourself a winner here, Hisao. Definitely a keeper. You know, she's doing all the work. You don't have to do anything. You just have to sit there and enjoy it. Take the ride wherever it takes you. Shizune's hands push mine down onto the table. Every motion of hers is a push of some kind. The table under us rattles under our combined weight. Oh god, imagine if it broke. I doubt it would collapse, but the noise is really something. Oh, yep. Not that Shizune notices, her pace only grows faster until it feels as though she might shove me across the table with how forceful she is being. She seems like she would be one to sort of throw me against a wall and have her way with me. Without warning, her movements come to a final crescendo. Suddenly, she stops, almost falling onto me with enough speed that if she didn't catch herself, it would probably have knocked us unconscious. The worst situation possible if someone happened to walk in while we were knocked. Oh god, all I'm imagining now is that scenario. Imagine if someone like Misha just sort of walked in like, I forgot my pen. Shizune? Hisao? Just the two of them on the floor, naked, completely unconscious. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm surprised but not enough to forget that we're both naked and the sudden painful interruption that just happened. Why did this have to happen? Was it intentional? To leave me stewing in my own lust? Shizune lets out her breath sheepishly, realizing it at the same time as I do. Oh wow, wow, okay. Good god, yep, just gonna stand there. Right. Those are some serious curves you've got on you, there, Shizune. Sorry, I tripped, or slipped, or something like that. I had a thought. Is the door unlocked? She quickly gets off the table and bolts over a check, and locks it, unlocks it, and locks it again. Oh, I've done that before, man. The occasions where you have to do that shit. Pulling on the knob just to make sure. When she's finally sure, she makes an out-of-place motion with her hands. Safe. I'm glad you can take things so lightly. I didn't do it on purpose. Why don't you take the lead then? Come on. Oh, that was seductive. Come on. Why don't you take the lead then? I grab Shizune by the shoulders. Oh, here we go. We're gonna show her that we're the motherfucking alpha male right here. We're the dominant figure up in this bitch. By the shoulders and try to put her onto the table instead. Her brow scrunches in displeasure at the edge of the table pokes in her back. Something else is going to be poking into her any second now. Just as it did to me, she opts to help herself up onto it. Oh god. Jesus. This is also the first time I've seen Shizune lying down unclothed. The contours of her collarbone and breasts are beautiful, and my eyes follow them down to her shapely hips, a delicate hourglass figure. I run my hands along the curve of her body from her shoulders on down. I slowly insert myself into Shizune, up to the hilt. An intense warmth and tightness immediately surround me, and I start pistoning into her to pick up where we left off before. Her body feels so hot against my skin. Each time our hips meet with each thrust, and where we're holding each other, I feel like I'll be scalded by her body heat. I think this is going to be the longest black screen I've ever had to do. On top of that, I feel more sensitive now than before, and find myself pushing into Shizune harder to make up for it. My hand glides around the curve of her thigh and I carefully tease her with my hand as well, almost losing my balance when she reacts strongly, snapping upwards and back into my groin and nearly pushing us both to the floor. Moving my hands up, I grab her prominent breasts and fondle them, as I've always wanted to. They feel even larger than they appear, and overflow my hands, soft and perfectly shaped. She squirms under me as I flick my fingers over her nipples and twist her arms, Jesus! around mine instead, gripping my fingers and drawing me closer. It feels like I'm wrestling her. The lock is inescapable. You guys are fucking kinky. From the first time our hands met, I guess we were connected. Whether it's through her pulling me from one student council event to another. Wait, you're thinking about this shit while you're fucking her? Really, bro? or holding hands as lovers. I think it's been the same. The confidence that comes across in the way she grasps my hand. Her hands wither across the surface of the table and grabbing onto it, she hooks her legs around my back, pressing us closer together, connecting us even more closely and entrapping me inside her. Fucking hell, she is kinky. Her inner walls are so hot and tight. With her pushing up against me, the friction only increases, sending me over the top. This is slightly awkward considering my father is about 15 meters away from me, behind 2 closed doors, I might add, but even so, he's definitely still in the same house. Oh my. We're still going at it. All too soon the feeling ends. All I can do afterwards is stay inside of her with my hands holding the table, both for lack of energy and because her legs are still locking me in. For Shizune's part, she smiles almost dreamily. The sight makes me smile as well. Her legs slowly fall, allowing me to extract myself. Extract yourself, Jesus. Exhausted. I lean back against the desk and try to regain my breath before putting my clothes back on. Oh man. Oh boy. Whew. I notice a dull, hot throbbing in my chest as I button my shirt back up. It puts a bad aftertaste on everything that just happened. Well, at least you managed to get through it all, and then shit starts happening in your chest. Oh man, you are still naked. Put some clothes on, woman. Seriously. It was a lucky break that Musha couldn't be in here, wasn't it? You're in an unusually joking mood today. I wonder what she had to do. Shizune traces the air lazily with a finger and points to the door. Go see for yourself. Wait, oh, Jesus, I thought, oh, the way she said that, I thought that meant like she was just fucking peeking in like the entire time we were just doing shit. Why don't you just tell me? It's more interesting if you see for yourself. Seeing is believing. Sure, clever. Maybe I will. What about you? Are you going to stay here all day? It's getting late. Feels like my last day as student council president, so maybe I'll sleep here tonight. It could be the last chance I have to sleep at my desk, like after a long day trying to meet a deadline. That's weird. I'll sleep in my bed. Sleeping sitting up is a skill, a very useful one. Can you, please, seriously, please put some clothes on? Right. Thank you. At least we moved to it. Alright, I think we're good now for black screens. Alright, we can take the black screen off now. Whew. Alright, that was a very long black screen. I'm sorry about that, guys. But really, I'm not. I get to see it and you don't, so nah. For a moment after I leave the room, I actually do consider seeing what Misha is up to, just because Shizune made it sound so secretive, as if she were building a time machine or something. But in the end, I decide not to. Why not? Maybe because I wouldn't be surprised if Shizune fucking told Misha what her intentions were later tonight. You know, so they do tell everything to each other, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was like, hey, do you mind just, you know, going back to your room and doing shit, because I plan on fucking the shit out of Hisao. So, yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great. And then you go and see Misha, right now, and she's gonna be like, oh, so how was sex with Shizune? Was she good? Did she climax? Did you get her to an orgasm? The night air is pleasant at this time of year. It's refreshing and a little humid, but not so chilly as to make it uncomfortable to stay outside for a while. It's late enough for the courtyard to be all but deserted too. After Shizune and I said our farewells to each other, I'd set out to return to my dormitory room. I didn't even make it all the way there, though, before getting distracted. I wonder if we're going to be just as awkward as we are with every other, sort of morning after sex interaction with each other, like in Lily and Hanako's path. It doesn't seem like a bad idea to go see what Misha is up to. I have nothing better to do, no homework. I'm out of anything worth reading. On top of that, I simply want to know. This isn't my first time being in the main building after hours, but usually it's as I'm leaving the place with Shizune and Misha after a long day at the student council, not entering it alone. Which I'm pretty sure, like, one of the perks of being in the student council would be that you could fucking walk around in the girls' dormitories and the main building at whatever hour you wanted, because you could just say, oh, I'm just doing some student council work. And they would be like, oh, okay, carry on then, matey. Did I read that? Yes, I did. The atmosphere is quiet, a word I would not normally use to describe these halls. It's a little creepy. A light starts flickering up ahead. This seems like a horror movie moment waiting to happen. Oh god, don't even go there. Don't you dare fucking turn this game into a goddamn horror movie. Bloody Slender Man will like be right behind me or some shit. Feeling a hand on my shoulder, I stiffen reflexively. Hey there, Hisao. I'm here to kill you. Ha 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 ha. It's not Misha, or else there would be hands clamped over my eyes. I was thinking the exact same thing. And a sing-song, guess who? Accompanying them. So, who is it? I hope it's not Kenji, or at least that it's someone I know. Well, this will take a turn for the weird. Maybe it's Shizune. Oh, it is Shizune. Whoever it is quickly slips in front of me. It's Shizune. Yo, what up? What are you doing here? Pretty sure shit, yeah. I'm so relieved that I forgot to sign it. Shizune puts a finger up to her lips. I guess even though she can't hear, she has some idea of what loudness is, and I can tell from my expression that I was being loud, and apparently being loud isn't a good thing right now. But then, why is Misha her interpreter? Ha. Oh, very funny. Why are you here? I was waiting for you to come see. I knew you would show up. It took you a while though. You've been waiting here? Yes, but that isn't important. Maybe we can have a threesome. We have to be stealthy. If we don't want Misha to detect us, tell me if I'm not being stealthy enough, okay? With that, Shizune starts slowly tiptoeing through the middle of the hall. I pat her on the shoulder to get her attention. That's not stealthy. Why do we have to be stealthy? She refuses to answer, probably because signing and walking stealthily at the same time doesn't look easy, but I thought you just said that wasn't stealthy. Oh god, that ugly painting. I swear that thing's gonna jump out at me and try and stab me in the heart or something. Before I know it, we're in front of our homeroom. Suddenly a sound like the crack of a whip pierces the air, followed by a familiar expression of frustration. I'm sure a sound like that isn't good for my heart, not to mention everything sounds about 1,000,000 times louder with how silent it is. It's coming from inside the room, and I slide up to Shizune to get a look inside. Oh shit, she's having fucking after school, or after hours teaching. That's so cool. I'm proud of you, Misha. I'm proud of you. Here, have a pat on the back. Have a pat on the back, or I'm pretty sure that's what's happening, but I'm giving you a premature pat on the back. There you go. And I'm gonna have a drink. You know what, you can have a cookie too. I didn't bake any, but you know, I'll give you some money to go and get one from the from up the road at the dairy. Can you stop throwing your pencil, please? How do you even throw a pencil that loudly? He looks very flustered. Mattel looks pretty fucking cool here. He looks far more relaxed, and I wish he was like that in his normal stage. Sorry, it's this damn music again getting me. My favourite freaking song. What an understatement. I sympathise with Mattel. I was able to hear Misha's pen break the sound barrier even through a wall in a thick classroom door. It probably blew out his eardrums and left an imprint on the wall. His book, or whatever that is, looks a little bit tattered, so I think he needs to, you know, maybe splurge out on a new book, because that looks terrible. Maybe that's Misha's book and he's reviewing what she's done. I'm not throwing it. When I get nervous I like to spin it around, but then I forgot. I'm holding on to it and Okay, yeah, it is her work. And wow, her skirt looks a lot shorter than normal. It doesn't matter. Either way, there shouldn't be pencils flying around. I get enough of that during regular school hours. I don't need it after hours. Right, sorry. Whatever, just stop throwing or releasing or dropping things, please. Teachers have work too. I notice Shizune watching the same scene I am. Matao is yelling at the top of his lungs and Misha is being Misha. You know, every time this song comes on, you know that's gonna happen. I can hear them reasonably well through the door, but Shizune obviously can't hear anything at all, so I wonder what watching this is like for her. She must know, since she understands well enough to want me to see it too, but I have to wonder if she ever feels like she's missing out on something, having to work that much harder to understand what she's observing. It looks like she is taking supplementary lessons, is she? Yeah. I answered despite knowing the question is completely rhetorical. Misha told me she really wants to be a sign language teacher in the future. If she can get a recommendation, she can study overseas for it. That is why she is working so hard. Her grades were always kind of on the low side. I'm pretty sure they weren't as bad as Hanako's, so that's alright. Actually, no, sorry, Hanako had good grades. Oh, I can't remember. No, I don't think Hanako had very good grades. She was kind of average. In her grade side. The rest of her was fine. Stop talking about Hanako, this is Shizune's bath. No, shut up, Andrew. Now I feel guilty. I haven't even thought about what I'm going to do yet. Neither have I. Wait, what? Really? Huh. Of all the people I thought would have like a pretty set out plan of what they wanted to do after school, and you don't have it. Huh. The cheerful way that she signs it is very unlike her, and it's very obviously fake. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's get out of here. We don't want to be seen. It would be a problem if we were caught standing out here like idiots. Where? The student council room? Why would we want to go back to the student council room? It smells of sex. Shaking her head, she slips into the classroom across the hall instead. Great hiding place. You're unusually sarcastic lately. With the door closed, it's a good one. Anyway, wasn't it interesting? Yes, but I'm not really surprised. I close the door behind us, prompting Shizune to laugh soundlessly as she slides into a chair. For a second, it depresses me. I want to hear her real laugh. It would be kind of weird, because well, she doesn't really... I guess deaf people don't really have... No, that would be mean to say that they don't have a laugh. I mean, they do have a laugh, but they don't know what their laugh is, or... I don't know. Hard to understand. Well, this is some kind of pretty dramatic music at the moment. I was, but I've been looking down on Misha. I didn't think she had a goal at all, but it turns out that I was wrong. I made a careless assumption. I thought Misha was as aimless as I was. I was stupid. I lost. Shizune pauses to crack her knuckles, then folds her hands over each other, and leans forward in her chair. In the abnormal quiet of the building, I can hear Matao yelling at Misha again, even across the hallway and through two doors. Shizune's eyes are locked on mine, unblinking behind the gleaming lenses of her glasses, observing my reaction to her words. This is a test. Her opinion of people is really formed from how they respond to questions. It's how they respond to statements that counts. In hindsight, it makes sense. Shizune's inability to speak as well as just her personality in general means that anything else she says is a big commitment to her on her part. Everything. For that reason, I sometimes doubt she says anything without a hidden agenda behind it. It sounds remarkably paranoid. Even Kenji would think so. Unfortunately, I'm so caught up in thinking about it that I forget to give her an answer. She takes it as there not being one. There was an invisible time limit to this test, shorter than usual. Just as I thought. What do you mean? You don't agree? Not really, it's not that. I don't get it. I want to force my will on people. force something else onto other people as well. Whole goddamn body onto me, that's for sure. How refreshingly honest. Don't give me a weird look like that. It's not like that was always my intention. At first, I was just bored. I wanted to see someone's passion for something. Then I could try and beat them. I wanted to test their ability on their convictions. But it was impossible. No one has any passion for anything in this school. They just want to keep to themselves. That's pretty much like any school, to be honest. I can't believe it. It's too boring that way. I thought that there was no way these drab people could be for real. It goes beyond not wanting to make waves. They had to have some interests. They had to be hiding something. I wanted to expose it and reveal it and drag it out. One of the most successful ways to get people to open up to you and cheer them up is to open up with a story about yourself, and then you ease them into telling you about themselves. That's actually true. I have to completely agree with you. It's like give and take, but with an element of manipulation, which makes it interesting. I can't do that. If I attempt to have Misha talk about me, film me, it makes me seem arrogant. The message has to go through a messenger. I'm standing next to Misha, telling her to tell someone about me. You don't have to be able to read sign language to see that. If I were forced to sit through that, I would think I was arrogant too. Wow, that's true. I was frustrated. I couldn't figure out a way to have a conversation with anyone but Misha. No one would open up to me. I came to the conclusion that I can't make people confide in me or believe in me. I can only hope to create things and show them to people and hope they make them happy. Or could I be more forceful and hope it would eventually stick to someone? I guess that would be me. Feels vaguely depressing. Somewhere along the line, I think I started to ignore Misha, or see her as less of a person, or something like that. I took her for granted. I think would be the best way to put it. It was like she was just an extension of myself. I forgot that the whole time Misha was there, opening up to me and giving 100% every day. I missed what I was looking for, because it was in plain sight. How stupid of me. I really did become arrogant. That's why I've lost. I'm more short-sighted than I was back then. I went in reverse. She's pacing back and forth now, almost brooding, yet still filled with so much energy that she can't stand to stop moving. If you got her to hold two wires, I'm sure Shizune could power a light bulb. It's odd that I could have such a light-hearted thought while she's being so serious. And in spite of that, Misha tells me that I'm her inspiration. Isn't that ridiculous? I'm not that kind of person who can inspire others. Even if a person who inspires you is flawed, it can be acceptable. I've thought about this. There is even acceptable hypocrisy. For instance, if your hero was an athlete, but unsportsmanlike, they could still be respected for their athletic ability, even if they had shortcomings as a person. However, she snaps her fingers briskly. It sounds like a thunderclap in the empty room, and Shizune takes a few seconds to stretch her fingers. Come to think of it, this is the most she's ever signed. If someone like me has no goals, it would be totally unacceptable. It'd be the worst kind of hypocrisy, and hypocrites don't deserve responsibility over anything. They can't even manage themselves. How incredibly pessimistic. It makes me angry to think about it. I would hate myself just a few months ago. This must be how I look to others. And funny enough, it was Shizune and Misha who convinced me to stop. Without them, I'm sure things would be so much different, and not for the better. Lately, I feel as though we passed around our miseries as much as we're supported by each other, but I think it just comes with the territory of having friends and being close to someone. You're the leader anyway. That is only because no one else wants to be. But that means you still are, since people are putting their trust in you anyway. In fact, doesn't that make it more important? Either way, you are the leader, you are the inspirational figure or whatever you want to poorly. You're responsible for what you tell me. I read that in the book somewhere. Oh, you shouldn't have said that. You should have said, oh, I just made that up on the spot. It's clever. Shizune only seems to show what she's feeling on her face when she wants to, but I don't think she's being sarcastic. I don't want to tame anyone though. Good, because otherwise that would be a Hitler move. Being the leader and being looked up to, then same thing. I never wanted to be the leader, it just ends up that way. I don't believe that. All you do is try to grab more and more responsibility. Wait. I wasn't going to tell you that I don't enjoy it. I don't care about being the leader, but I don't mind. I don't care about being the best, but I don't mind. You're right though, about wanting responsibility. Of course I want more responsibility. Having responsibility makes me feel alive. That's why I joined the student council. If there is no pressure, I just can't stand it. Even so, now I'm the leader. I always thought being the leader meant you give orders, but it really is more. It's about having a goal. If I don't have a goal, then it's pointless. People would only be following me for my own enjoyment. It would be selfish. It would be shellfish. It's a strangely moral viewpoint for a person who seems to love one-upping others so much. Resting her chin on her tented fingers, Shizune looks disarmingly childish as she thinks hard about her problem. Whoops! The expression on her face is a little comical because it's too obvious and therefore very unlikely. It comes with the job. I think you'd have to be a leader. You wouldn't be satisfied with anything else, you would just get bored. Shizune doesn't reply, but from her annoyed expression, I think I've guessed correctly. I've been thinking that I need a little direction too. Were you told that it's important to contribute to society? An unusual response. It's so out of nowhere that I don't know how to respond. And it also bothers me, though I don't know why. Possibly because it doesn't seem like something that would come from her. So I start to think that it isn't Shizune's thought at all. I wonder who told her that. Well, it was probably her dad, but there is a chance that she came up with it on her own. If so, would it be because she can't hear? Why do you say that? Just because. I don't believe it. I guess that's right though. I see. I don't know if it's the same for me. I hate it. I think everyone wants a purpose. Looking back, it makes sense that Shizune doesn't have one. All that energy would otherwise have been directed at something. Since she had nothing to channel it towards, Shizune lashed out in all directions. Reminds me of a downed power line failing in a storm. Furious and incandescent, but aimless and dangerous, just like Shizune. I want to say that this is why she feels the need to turn everything into a competition, but that's probably just how she is. Having a goal to put that energy towards is just the next level. How about this? I could go into business. My family is well connected, so it shouldn't be too hard. That comes off sounding a little unethical and nepotistic, doesn't it? A little. I won't coast though. I'll work hard until I'm at the very apex. When I have as much money as possible, so much that it'll be like I won't know what to do with it, I'll move on to the next step. After sitting on it for a while, of course, like a fairy tale dragon. You want to be a philanthropist? Oh, that's an interesting... Just, what were you thinking? That I want to be a miser? Well, that's true. It's a part of the plan. Don't sell me short and stop there though. Shizune still looks uneasy, of course. Even if she did seem to resolve her problem quickly, no one can get over their anxieties that fast. No one can solve their problems that easily. The important thing is, it looks as though she has her heart set on trying. It's still hard to tell whether that drive of hers comes from a good or a bad place. But she has something to hold on to now. I can genuinely believe that she does. I'm happy for her. And at the same time, I feel a little cold. I'm the one who's behind now. now I'm the only one without a goal. Well. I think that was a well-timed Katawa Shoujo, because I believe that is now an hour. So, before we even read that, I'm going to save there and actually continue one more instantly, but you won't know that because you'll have to wait another day. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this hour-long episode. Ratchet, you better bloody love this episode. You better like and favourite the hell out of this episode. And subscribe another 3 times so that, I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will talk to you later. Bye.